Welcome into our In the Money podcast for KeenelandSelect.com for the Wednesday, April 8th card. Tom Leach along with Keeneland's director of simulcasting, Jim Goodman. We're going to take a look at the allowance feature, which goes as the 8th race on what may be an off track on Wednesday with all the rain that we're getting. Going to be a rainy week, so turf course is going to continue to be well short of a firm for the races that stay on the turf. Jim, let's take a look at the feature. And you've got horse Top Billing, that was a Derby prospect last year before he got injured, that is making his second start off the layoff. Horse named Embellishing Bob that ran well in some sprints for 3-year-olds last year. Where did you land in the 8th?
Yeah, this is a nice race, and a couple of these horses got rained off when we had to cancel the last 4 races on Friday for the first time in Keeneland history. So I picked a horse here, Cougar Ridge, in one of those races, and he's coming back here, and I think he's intriguing here. I think Top Billing's going to get a lot of support off his 3-year-old season last year, but he came back off a year-long layoff. Of course, he was on the Derby trail. I guess he got hurt in the Fountain of Youth or right after that in training. So he came back at Gulfstream and didn't run that great at 8-5 on February 22nd. He obviously stands to improve. He's got a lot of quality in his background, but I think he'll get over bet. I think Matru would probably get over bet as well for Chad Brown. Maybe the Euro bounce factor, coming off a $25,000 claiming race at Gulfstream and won easily. So I'm going to take Cougar Ridge, the 6 on top, at a little bit of a price here. Doug Matthews is a decent trainer, and he won 2 in a row at Fairgrounds before the last race was kind of a little bit of a wide trip in the mine shaft. But dropping that back from a grade 3 into a 62.5 claiming race is good, and Giroux is a tough rider. I'm going to take Cougar Ridge on top of the 2 I mentioned, plus Songsational, the 10 horse, for Tom Proctor, who's 2 for 2 at Tampa. And those Tampa horses come up here off that deep track, and they're always fit. So I think Paco Lopez has a shot here with Songsational from the outside, although Noble Bird also from the 11 hole has got a lot of speed. So you might see kind of a strange race with those 2 going to the lead. But Songsational I'll play below with Top Billing and Matru with Cougar Ridge on top.
I'm going Top Billing. Might be the favorite, but the second off a long layoff for Shug McGahee, and with Shug and that the other part of the local connections, the ownership, just thinking that this horse might not be in this spot if it wasn't ready to run well. Doesn't mean it's guaranteed to win, but I think he's going to run well, and I'm going to bet that he's going to run well enough to win. So I'm going to take the 3 Top Billing, use him with the 4 Matru, the 11 Noble Bird, and the 8 Embellishing Bob. So 3, 4, 3, 11, 3, 8, and then flip them the other way as well. But the 3 Top Billing is the pick for me. Now let's take a look at the late pick 4 on the Wednesday card. Starts in the 6th race, and I'm going to use 3 horses in several of these first-time starters. Boone Station, the 9, the 5 Wild and Unbridled, and the 1 Abdar, part of an entry for Shadwell. So 9, 5, and 1. Next race, I'm going to use 4 horses. I like Broadway Show, the 7, but I'll also use the 11, the 1, and the 8. I'll use Top Billing and the others that I mentioned, 3, 4, 8, and 11. And then I'm going to single Greek Life in the last race, the 7 horse for the Ramsey Maker team. How about you?
Well, the 6th race is the race that got rained off. It was going to post, I think, as the 7th race on Friday. And if you remember, Wild and Unbridled for Tevis McCauley opened up at 3-5. And everybody thought that he was going to be the speed of the speed and had been working great. So he was no secret. He's 7-2 morning line. I think he's going to get a lot of play in here, but Greek Week comes out of the same race or same schedule race. I'm going to go 5 deep here with the 1 Abdar, the 4 Greek Week, the 5 Wild and Unbridled, the 8 Now About Him has had 1 start for Larry Jones, and the 9 Boone Station. So pretty much the same as you are, just going 5 deep. Then I would use 3 in the second leg, the 6 Chocolate, the 8 Promeda, and the 11 Genre, who's my top pick. I would use Top Billing, Matru, the 3-4, along with the 6-10, which is Cougar Ridge and Songsational. And then I would go 2 deep in the last leg with Greek Life, the 7, 11 First Whippoorwill, which is a better turf horse, going to 7 furlongs on the dirt. But one thing that we found last week with the sloppy track, the turf horses did very well on a sloppy track, and the big hoofed horses that run well on turf. So I think 11's got a real shot if it comes up off. So 7-11 in the last leg. I think that's a $60 ticket if you want to go that deep.
Best of luck with your wagers, and we'll have a podcast for every day of the spring meet, and then our regular Saturday podcast where we'll this week take a look at the Arkansas Derby, among others. For Jim Goodman, I'm Tom Leach, and this is the In the Money podcast for KeenelandSelect.com.